Hello guys, in this tutorial we're gonna create this air conditioner in 3ds Max, and here is our references, and here you see the measurements like 860 millimeters length and 205 millimeters width, and this 292 millimeters height. So let's create a box with this size. So let's create a box, and height 292, width 205, and 860. So this is gonna be our air conditioner. So let's figure out how it's gonna be. So this is a big image of the air conditioner, and as we see these parts, we have one details here, and let's see how it looks. Actually it seems it's going straight up and then little something like a cut, and then goes inside and then rounds up. And these parts of the air conditioner, I guess it's opening like this from this part, and also this part of the air conditioner is going to us. It's like something like this. So I guess we're gonna create this bendy part. So we're gonna have several segments here. Okay, so I guess we can do like this. We can cut this part in Photoshop. Let's open the snipping tool. Let's cut this part, and then let's save it. For instance, let's save it on disk D, and then we are gonna open the Photoshop and fix the size. Now we don't need this anymore. We're gonna close it. So let's open the okay, now we're gonna distort it. To make it right. So let's create our lines. Okay, let's copy it. In order, if we mess up, we're gonna use the copied one. So let's start distorting. Choose distort, and now we need this part to look right. So this part is gonna look like something like this, side part. Okay, great. Now we're gonna use this image as a reference in 3ds Max to construct the side of the air conditioner unit. Okay, now let's crop it, and let's save it on exact same image and overwrite it. Great, now we can close it, and before closing, let's see the resolution of the image. It's 354 to 252. Let's create this plane with these dimensions. So we're gonna create a plane here. Let's create a material and add this texture to it. Bitmap, and we go to the disk D and find the aircon.jpg. Let's increase the self-illumination and drop it to here. Okay, now let's adjust the size. So it was 354 to 252. Okay, now we can close Photoshop. Okay, now we know that this is the height of the model, and this is we have right height of our air conditioner unit. So it's something like this. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger, and I guess we need to make it a little bit wider, something like this. Okay, now we select our 3D model and press Alt and X to make it see-through. Let's get rid of the extra segments on the plane. Okay, something like this. Now we convert it to editable poly and adjust the height. Something like this. Okay, let's add several segments here. Let's add one and make it straight, and then let's chamfer it. Let's create 3 segments. Okay, let's make it a little bit less. Good. Now we can adjust the vertices so that it looks much more correct. Okay. So let's see from perspective. Yeah, it looks nice, but we lost the detail here, because this part, as we see from the image, this part has an extra detail here, and I guess this is the part we're gonna use. So what we need to do is, like, we split this to edges, split, and move this top part inside like this. And now we need to add one extra segment here. Press ring to choose all the sides and press connect. Okay, now we can attach this here. Okay, let's move this part a little bit down, something like this. And now let's collapse these 2 vertices, and let's do the same with the left one. Press collapse. Okay, and now we can close this empty area by selecting this border and pressing cap. Okay, now we can adjust these parts like this. So it's gonna be okay after we do turbo smooth. It's gonna be smooth and nice. So let's watch to the reference again. So this part is gonna be separate part. For now we just focus on details. So this is the LED part of the image, so it's this black area, and this is the bottom part of this. It's like round, so a little bit roundy. So this is, it starts exactly on the top of this empty area. So these parts are completely separate. Okay, so let's think how we're gonna do it. Actually, it would be nice if we have extra images, but we don't have, so we're gonna think how it should be without having any image. Okay, so we're gonna create this area now. We're gonna create this part. Let's see the reference once again. So this is far from here, it needs to be separated from here. Okay, so this is okay, this is the part we're gonna separate. Press Alt and X. Okay, so this is the part. Okay, like this, and it's gonna go higher. Maybe we add one more segment here. Also, I don't wanna. Maybe we add one extra segment. Press ring and connect. So this is gonna be here. This is gonna be here. Something like this, but still this part needs to be separate. So I guess we did a mistake. We're gonna create this like this and delete, separate this like this. So we can like collapse all this. Oh, we did a mistake, of course. We can do like this. We can collapse this one and remove, I guess. No, so let's think a little bit what can we do. Oh, also we need one segment here, so we add, press ring and choose connect, we're gonna create like this, so we have two segments here. Okay. So let's make it right. Okay. So let's make it up. Okay, so let's select these areas that needs to be separated. In this part, and then we press detach and choose it to be different element, different object, without clicking anywhere here. So, okay. But I guess let's bring this image to 3ds Max. So it's 4096 and 1584. So let's create a plane like this. Let's scale it down. Okay, now we're gonna position it. Okay, so let's see where this detail part starts. Let's make it a little bit smaller because we know that we have right size. So if something doesn't fit, it means that the image is not right. So let's adjust the size of the image. Okay, so the detail needs to be here, but our detail is lower. So I guess this part needs to start from here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add detail. We're gonna make this part go higher. So let's delete this and delete this also. So let's select side edges and the middle one, and then press shift and bring it up like this, and then we're gonna select these two vertices and collapse it. Let's do the same with others. Collapse. Now we bring this detail up. So let's select and close. Now we can bring it like this, and okay, this is okay, so good. Let's bring it like this. Okay, so what we need to do now is create this LED part. As we see from the image, we have small area here before the LED, so it means the LED is gonna be somewhere here, and this area is gonna be this area, but it still needs to be bigger, something like this. And maybe we can add these parts to the LED too, because this is the small chrome part. It's a small chrome area, and this is, so we can actually delete these. Press Ctrl and backspace to get rid of this. And also we can, let's see what we can do is this part, because maybe we can select this and connect to here, and then we select this and connect it directly to this part, so we don't need these edges. So let's remove and then bring it here. Maybe we do like this, we connect them and then collapse them. Okay, so we bring it to its place. Okay. So actually I'm not happy with this triangle thing here, so let's add extra segment here. Let's bring it down. Okay, and let's move it like this and connect it with these two vertices. Press connect. Now let's delete this segment from the middle. Okay, now we have triangle. We get rid of triangles and we have nice. Okay, so actually we have something wrong here, I guess. So let's select this segment and this segment, add extra segment here, press OK, and then connect these two, and now we have as you see triangle here. So we need to connect it. So what we need to do is select these two, and we need to add one vertex from here and the other from this side. And as you see, we have two vertices. Let's select both of them and scale them down to make sure that they are on the same place, and select this one and connect them, and then remove this part. So now we have all rectangles. Let's see what is wrong here. Let's isolate this. That's what's wrong, I guess. Let's press Ctrl and Z. Okay, let's isolate, and I guess we did wrong because we need to connect this to here. Remove, and then we need to create remove, connect here, and that's it. So now we can now we can scale it down to make sure that they are on the same place. So let's end isolate. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I guess we messed up again. So what's wrong? Oh, that's because we scaled it down. So yes, it's exactly because of this. So let's position them by hand, and it's okay now. Great. Okay, now what we need to do is we add these details. Also, we need to create the LED screen. So we have little space here. and we also need to create this area. So let's select, so this is gonna be our LED screen, and I guess this, so let's add several segments here. First we're gonna add 2 segments here, maybe more. Okay, and now we're gonna separate this area, and for this we're gonna select this segment and split, and then we add 2 segments to the middle. Okay, so I guess we separated this, but somehow it's still together. So let's separate these 2 now. Select 3 of them and press split. Okay, now it got splitted. Okay, so it's something like this, because the LED screen needs to be straight, I guess. That's why. Okay, now what we need to do is select these 2 and press bridge, and then select these empty areas and press cap, something like this. And this part is opens like this, so let's select the pivot and place it to the corner somewhere here, so it opens in order for you to clean this. Good. Now we need to add these details here. So what I want to do now is move this part to here and move this part to here, because this area needs to be a little bit bigger, and then we're gonna move this back to here. Okay, so let's change the color to see the difference, which one is the lead, which one is the original part. Okay, so we don't have any image showing us if this top part has these air filters or it's just the lead. We don't have any clue. So this is the only 2 images, so I guess I'm gonna create only in this lead. So let's do it. Select and let's add segments. Press connect. Let's move it like this. We have only small space here, so we're gonna move it more. Okay, now we need to use these details here. Okay, actually we can create these details with the texture too. So if we're gonna use the textures, we don't need to create any mesh geometry details, so we're gonna leave it like this. Now let's create this back part. But if we watch from here, we see that our lead is really high. But if we watch it from here, we're gonna see that our lead is not so high. Actually, our lead is really high from here too. So what we need to do is move this part down. But now we're gonna use this, lose this detail. So let's move it entirely like this. Okay. Yeah, it's okay now. We move it like this. Now we adjust the box according to our lead. Maybe we move it a little bit back. Okay, something like this. Okay. Now we need to move it like this. Adjust. Okay. So okay, now we're gonna create this area, this part. We're gonna okay, so let's add segments to create these parts. Let's create two and move it like this. Okay. So let's watch closely. So this is the end of the lead, and for this part, this area is completely empty. So we're gonna select this and extrude it inside. And we're gonna move the rest with our hand. We're gonna do like this. Okay, so let's see. So we don't need this part. Let's get rid of this. Okay, now we're gonna need to create this opening and closing part. So actually we're gonna create this from this plane. Okay, now we're gonna give the thickness. Let's cut to close. Okay. Maybe we're gonna add one segment and move it like this, and this one too. We're gonna create ring, add so it goes like this. We're gonna create one segment and we're gonna move it like this. Okay, now let's add turbo smooth to see how it behaves. So this is like this. Maybe we just remove this upper one. So let's add turbo smooth to see. Okay, not so bad. We just need to add extra segments here. So I'll select these edges and press connect and add two segments and move it to edges. Choose 99. Okay. Also we need to add segments here. Press ring and add connect. Bring it closer to this part. Okay, good. Now we can add one segment here to make it sharp. Let's see if it's sharp. Actually, it's not too sharp, but still needs to be added some extra segments. Press. Now bring it closer to the edge, but not too close. Okay, good. Now I guess we need to add one more segment here because this is smooth. So choose ring and add one segment closer to this edge. Okay, good. Now let's end isolate and add turbo smooth to this part. Okay, but I guess we lose this sharp detail here. But this part is okay, I guess. Only we need to add extra segments here. Also we need to add extra segment here. So let's double click here. Maybe we okay, let's move it down a little bit and press chamfer. Let's make it really small. Okay. And now we can delete these parts. Or maybe we just leave them like this. Okay, no, it's not so good. So I guess we're gonna remove these parts. Or maybe not? We just remove this part and move these areas, like remove. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it's much better. And now we need to create these sharp detail parts. So how we can do it, maybe we can select this polygon and add inset, but really small inset. Okay, now we have nice details here. After Turbo Smooth, these parts are not looking so bad, so they are really nice, and actually I like this. I'm fine with this. Now we're gonna so let's select these parts and let's inset it. Okay, and maybe we just add one more segment to these parts and make it real close to the edge, like 99, 98 maybe. Okay, it's nice. Okay, now I guess we messed up with these parts. So let's select these two and choose collapse. Let's see if it's okay now. No, it's not, but the detail is still there, so we don't need maybe these two vertices here. Let's go back here. Just collapse. Okay, now let's see what else we can do to make it right. Maybe we can add one segment here, and so I don't see why I don't see the segment. Okay, let's move it here. Okay. So let's attach this, collapse them together. Okay, now let's see if it's okay now. Okay, now it's good. Let's do the same with the left side. Connect. Okay, let's remove this part, vertex, and connect and collapse. Okay. Now it's okay. So let's create okay, now we give Turbo Smooth to here. Add two segments and separate them. Okay, now see, let's see. Okay. Now let's I guess we need to add extra segments again, so we're gonna select the previous ones and create a chamfer. Okay, now we are fine. We're fine. Okay, so this is gonna rotate. I guess like this. Actually, I guess we're gonna need to add segments here. Let's create chamfer. Okay. Now let's see if it's still rounded like this. No, it's okay now. Good. Now we can get rid of this. Okay, no, let's stay it like this. Now we need to fix this part. So for this we can select this edge and ring. Now add one segment close to the bottom part of the polygon. Let's make it 99 and okay. Now great. Let's fix these parts too. Okay. Now we're gonna create these small parts which sends the air to the separate directions according to your wish. So let's create. So from this image, as we see, we have one connection between these parts. Wait, between these parts. I guess we're gonna close this anyway. So press bridge. choose ring, and now we need to connect these parts. Choose 2. Choose connect. So why can't I? Okay, so let's do it different way. Select this and loop it to different parts and press shift and drag. And one more time here. Okay, now what we need to do is collapse these vertices. The same with these vertices. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now we need to add one connection here. So let's select all the edges and create 2 segments and bring them closer. Okay. Now what we need to do is delete this part. This part too. Actually no, let's get rid of these extra segments here. We're gonna place it by our hand. So let's create first these small things, which is looks like S or I don't know, it's Z, looks like Z. So let's create it from splines. So let's something like this. They are kinda sending the air in the direction that the user sets. So let's give extrude to this. Extrude. Let's give a thickness like 3. Let's add connect. Maybe we just delete this part so that we have only rectangles here. Let's squash it a little bit. Okay. Now let's count how many of them we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 on each side. We have 12. So let's copy 12 of them. Let's create it like this. Great. Now we're gonna add, or maybe we're gonna make it smaller. Rotate like this. So our pivots is going to here. Okay, good. So let's rotate it like this. Now we're gonna create this part which is in the middle. So, and we're gonna use the box for this. So let's create a box. And let's rotate it like this. Convert to editable poly. Let's move it up. Let's move it down. And now we're gonna add 2 segments here. Now we're gonna make sure that it's in the center. Okay, now we're gonna move it back. Okay, maybe we just delete these other parts except these visible parts. So we're gonna delete these and add Turbo Smooth. Okay, and we're gonna select all these small parts, select similar, and now scale them down, make them thicker. Okay, good. Okay, now we can close this. Nice. So actually these parts, I don't like these parts because they are really like, they don't seem that they have any gap in between them, and it's because we don't have any thickness. So now let's give a thickness to our object. So let's select the gap, press scale and scale them down like this. Okay, now when we Turbo Smooth, we're gonna have something like this, and when we attach these two together, there's gonna be a seam which will look nice and real. But now after we give thickness, it gets smooth, and to fix it we're gonna add edge closer to the real one. So let's ring and add a segment closer to the real edge. Let's make it 75, minus 75, and choose Turbo Smooth, and as you see, it's now nice. It's nice and sharp. So what else we need to do is give sharpness to this edge, also to this edge. Let's double click and select, and add chamfer. It's really small chamfer, and now this part is sharp. Now let's end isolate, and as you see, we have nice separation between them. Now let's create the same with the other object. Press scale and scale it down. Okay, now let's ring and add one edge closer to the real one. Let's put one closer to the edge, make it 75. Okay, nice. Now our edges look real nice. The only thing I don't like is these parts are not matching. Let's see why. It's because we have one edge closer to this and this one. As you see, it's because of this. So to fix it, we're gonna to fix it. Maybe we just move these parts to the right, or we can move this part to the left. Actually, I'm gonna move these parts to the left like this. Okay, nice. So let's select this and move it like this. Nice. I guess I'm gonna move all the segments, not only one. So let's select, move it like this, and so we don't need to move the back part. Okay, fine, good. Now what we need to do is add this LED part and the chrome part. Actually, I don't like these triangles or other things here. So for this, I'm gonna add press ring and deselect the inner parts. We need only the edge. So we press connect and move it up. Okay. And we're gonna move it like this and collapse. Maybe we connect first and collapse. Good. Move it like this and collapse. Okay, now we need to do the same with this edge. Press ring, choose connect, move it down. Okay, now move it here. Press connect and then press collapse. Nice. Now let's see if it has any difference. Great. Now it looks much better. Let's go back. And as you see, we have problem here, and it's because of the edges and unused vertices. So as you see, we have wrong segment we created. So let's double click and delete, and then ring again. Maybe we don't use the ring, we just select them. And also this one, choose connect, move it like this. Let's do the same with this one, something like this. Great. Now what we need to do is move this part to the left, select those two edges, press connect and then press collapse. These two, choose the right one, press collapse, go down, move it like this, move it like this, choose these two, press connect and collapse. Okay. Now as you see, the problems are gone. Now what we need to do is select these two polygons, and maybe we just test with the different materials and to see if it works. So let's give the material like blue, and then select polygon and add different material, and we see after turbo smooth if it's okay. Great, it's okay. And I guess we need to move one. Okay, I guess it's because we have this segment is closer than this part, that's why it goes up. Then we need to add one segment with the same space as this. So let's select this, choose OK. Let's see if we have any difference. Okay, now it's really good. So we make it a little bit darker, and let's select the upper part. We select the lower part and give different material to the top one. Okay, so this is gonna be this chrome part, and the lower part is gonna be black. So let's bring it up, because this part is went down a little bit. So let's move it up, up like this. Great. So that's it. Now actually we have a little bit space from here, and my moving part is really big, so let's make it smaller. Okay, nice. Okay, I think this part is sharp too, because from here we see that it's not so smooth. To fix this, we're gonna select this part and add one segment closer to this sharp part. Let's make it 95. Okay, now it's sharp. We also need to move this part closer to the edge, as we did with upper part. So make it like this. Let's turn off. Yeah, it's because we have one extra segment here, but we don't have any segments there. That's why we need to create one, I guess, there. So let's move it back a little bit, and then we press ring. Okay, now we can add one segment and make sure that this vertex aligns with the leads. So now we have a nice sharp edge here. And what else we need to do is add, so let's double click to this part. Let's deselect the upper parts, which we did before. Let's move it like this. Okay, now we have nice sharp air conditioner. So turn on the turbo smooth. It's okay. And what else we need to do is we have something here, I guess. Let's see what's the problem. maybe we add one segment here, press ring, and add one segment closer to this part. Let's make it 85. Okay, nice. So let's watch to the blueprint. We have something, little detail here, and actually I don't understand what is it. Okay, nice. And let's see what we can do to here. Maybe this part is separate. So we're gonna select this part and add one segment here, and then we just want to create this something like a seam that we created here, and that's why we don't need to cut anything. We just extrude this inside. Let's make it 0 first. So this bottom one creates the thickness of the seam, and let's make it really small, and this one is the middle part. So this is how big is gonna be it. So let's move it inside. Okay, like this. And now we press polygon and select the inner parts, and then choose hide unselected, and then isolate. Now we have only the parts which is inside, and we're gonna fix these problematic parts. So this is gonna go to the left, and this is gonna go up, this is gonna go here, something like this. Okay, now we're gonna split this because we don't want these parts to be smooth, and actually we don't gonna see it. What we need to do is we're gonna add segments closer to the edge, choose ring, and make it closer to the border. Let's make it 95. Okay, now let's unhide all, and as we see from this part, it really looks like seam, but it's too smooth, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this seam, choose loop, and then we're gonna scale it like this. We're gonna scale it from the middle so that thickness is gone. Okay, now let's see. It still has a seam, but it's still smooth. And to fix it, we're gonna add one extra segment here. Choose ring, connect closer to the seam. It's 95. Same with this ring, connect 9 to 5 closer to the seam. Okay, now it looks much better. Good. Choose end isolate. Okay. Now let's make this part sharp too. Choose chamfer. It's really small chamfer. Okay. Good. The same with this. Double click, chamfer. Okay. Nice. Okay, our model is nearly finished. What we need to do is add these details, and we can add textures and materials. So the first part is finished, and see you on the next part, rendering, giving materials and rendering of the object. See you. Bye.